Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to today's Bitcoin update for Sunday, 20th of February, and join me into the Discord, guys. Now, I do made an announcement here that I need someone daring for $10 giveaway. Let's do something epic and out of the box. If this post gets 100 hertz reaction, I'll announce the task. So who have the guts, right? We still have 30 more hearts to go, and I'm gonna announce something that's gonna be really fun if someone actually does that. So here we are with the Bitcoin update, and it seems like on the weekly time frame, we are going down for the retest of a trend line right there. But this update is going to be a fun one and very informative update, just as always. But today, let's actually see what Bitcoin is really trying to do. So there's a possibility of two scenarios. The first scenario is you go down to one target and then you go to $50,000 or the $55,000 potentially, or you move to $26,000. Yes, you move to $26,000. It is mercy or no mercy point basically at this point. It's always like this, I know, but this time it's like seriously like that. Okay, so basically, let's go and do a refresher right now. And all you did was, you're moving up and down, break out of a trend line. Potentially, you're looking to go back to retest this trend line at $35,000, or who knows, you bounce off this trend line and then you start to move to the upside. What you broke out of, you go back to retest things, and that's it. Then you move to the upside. Is this a guarantee? Definitely no. We're never gonna have some sort of guarantees. One thing on the 1 hourly at this short-term frame, before I dive into those two scenarios at this point of time, is that you're just putting a consolidation box, potentially some sort of a triangle, just something like this is what you're putting out. So here you are, and then boom and boom, something like that. This is what you're putting, right? So there's a symmetrical triangle basically, and it could be just a continuation pattern. You break out of this symmetrical triangle, and then you just keep to go to the downside. We did made a bear flag right there, which I actually posted out. And what's the technical target of that bear flag? We already know it's nearly 37,400. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop in a blue horizontal line. This is the technical target that I'm actually looking forward to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all these drawings, and I want to keep the chart clean today because there are some few things to talk about. So here we are. Now scenario number one, $55,000. And why? Why is it $55,000? Right, so here we are. And there are some few cases and there are some few rule of thumbs to why this is gonna happen. So let's say that this was the Elliott wave theory in a downtrend. This is the first wave, second, potentially third, fourth, and then the fifth one. So what comes after that one? You have an ABC correction. So let's go for the A. The B, let's say the B comes down to 37,400, and then the C is the biggest one. So how much you went from for the A, the C is always going to be the largest one. So here we are. So the A went for 37%. Okay, so let's say the C, you do go for another 37% or a 50%, because it's always going to be the biggest one. So 37% takes you nearly $51,000. But let's say you do go for a 50%, you're going to go to $57,000. Now that's scenario number one. Of course, this is a big question mark and an if. And the reason why I actually have to point this out, because you cannot be bearish, you cannot be bullish. It's just what the market is going to give you. So here we go, and Elliott wave theory. Let me open this one up, and I just want to show you Elliott wave theory during a downtrend. All right, so I do hope they do have one in a downtrend. Come on guys, I really need a downtrend one because that's really important. Okay, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, just go up here and write in a downtrend just like that. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. Here we are. All right, so this is the Elliott wave theory that has not been invalidated just yet. Of course, to invalidate the Elliott wave theory, you're actually gonna go down to 32,934, lose the fifth wave, and then boom. Then you're not putting in any ABC correction. It's just a continuation to the downside. So here we are, and you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B. The C is, you can see the largest one. So this is what you're putting in. This is the A, the B, and then the C potentially, right? So that's just number one thing, and this is valid. Actually, this is a valid one. This is way more clear. This is what I was looking for. So when you're moving during an uptrend, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, C correction. Impulse during downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A. Just look at the B, the red, that pullback that we're talking about. This is potentially just what you're forming, right? That's the B that you're forming, and it's very clear that it was a red one. And that takes you to that 37,443 out of a bear flag on the 1 hour time frame. So let me remove the Elliott wave theory. That's the scenario number one. And the scenario number one is a little bit extended before I go into the scenario number two. You're going to understand. So why do I say 37,000K if you haven't been watching these updates? Simple. When you came down, you made this bear flag right there. So the technical target out of a bear flag comes from the top to the bottom right there, and this is where you're breaking out. This is where you're looking to dump 37,443. Now this one is actually confirmed on the fib retracements as well. So let's go into this daily, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this top and this bottom, because that's your impulse wave to the upside, and let's see based on this impulse wave, where are you going to go, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fib retracements, and I'm going to drop the fibs from the bottom. Normally I drop them from the top to the bottom when we're looking for the upper targets. This time I'm going to take the bottom to the top for the lower targets. Okay, so bottom to the top, just like that. All right, so what we did, I'm going to zoom in here and study this one in detail. All you did right now is you went down, and look where you're hitting your head, below the 0.382. That's where you're hitting your head right now. And the next target you're looking for, at least near target, is going to be 38,845. That's what you're looking for. But notice how that bear flag that I just showed you is also a target on the fib retracement, which is the golden ratio, 0.618. That's where you're looking to actually go. That's the first scenario. And provided that you do come here and you hold this level, and you hold the 0.618 like a boss, and then you're going to move to the upside potentially for the C wave that can take you to the 50 plus region. Now from here, if you do lose 0.618, normally, if you've been watching my videos, or if you know a thing or two about Elliott wave theory, when you cross the 0.618, you go to the 1.618. If you don't hold 37,400, if you don't hold the 0.618 out of this impulsive wave, then you're looking to actually reverse big time and dump to the downside. And this is your next technical target, the 1.618, 26,846. Remember this, okay? It could happen, and I'm gonna give you reasons, logical reason as to why this can happen. Of course, it might even not happen even if you cross 0.618. It could just be that you do go down to the 786, of course, hold the 35,000 and then move. It can happen. That's a possible scenario, okay? I'm not saying that just because, but mostly it happens that when you cross the 0.618, there's big chances to go down to the 1.618, and that's the scenario number two, because you're actually gonna be losing even the 32,000, and the B correction to the downside is not actually gonna play out, and that's how it is at this point of time. All right, so what I'm gonna do is remove this one and tell you, if we were back in time, why do I say that you're gonna go down there? As a matter of fact, if I dive into the BLX as well, and if I go into the monthly time frame and talk about the $26,000, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the 55 EMA, and look, this is where the 55 is crawling up. That's actually nearly $23,000. So who knows? The 55 could be just going up and up and up, and go to the 26,000, and then Bitcoin comes to that 26,000, touch the 55, and up we go. And then the correction is over finally, right? So that's just a scenario, okay? Not a not a final one, of course. It's not final, it's not the end of it just yet. And do remember one more thing, that we still have the three black crows, which is a bearish pattern, guys. And February has 8 more days to close, so 8 more days of suspense is still there. So who knows, in the next 8 days, who knows, you can still go and dump really huge to the downside because of that three black crows that I actually pointed out some couple of videos ago as well. So it's February still has a lot of things pending to be done. So what about me talking? Let's go back into the time on the daily. I'm gonna do the replay, and let me take you back to 26th of December or 27th of December. So let's go back to time, and this is where you are. Okay, you're moving impulsively right there. And what I'm gonna do is the same thing. Take this impulse wave. This was your bottom, this was your top right there. And what I'm gonna do is take the fib retracements. So I'm gonna take the bottom to the top just like that. So what I'm gonna say is that the next level that you're looking to actually retrace was gonna be the 0.618, just like that. If you don't hold the 0.618, you could have gone down to the 1.618. I could have told you this was your technical target right there, right? So let's play the next candles, and then all you did was boom, right? Boom, boom, and then that's the drop. This is the drop, and look where you went, to the 0.618, right on the money, right on the money. So that's where you actually went and bounced off at that point of time. Just look at that, how accurate the fib really works, right on the 0.618. That's just where you bounced off. And then the next thing what you did is you were trying to stay there, but then again, as the next candles actually progressed, you went on and on and on, and you lost the 0.618, and then you kept on going and going and going and going. Yep, just like that. And then some few more candles were printing out, and then boom, that's it. In 14 days, it took 14 days after that to actually go to the 1.618. And that's why I say whatever goes up doesn't go up straight, they go in a waveform, and whatever goes down in a waveform, right? So this was a nice good waveform to the downside, and then you went to the 1.618. Simple put. Now let's play another candles, and then from here, guys, you're printing the candles to the upside, up and up and up and up and up and up, and boom. Now we are just here, and this is the place where we are now technically stuck in. And if I actually extend this fib retracement of that impulsive wave, just look where you hit your head once again. All you did was you went back to the nearly 786. Just look at that, you hit your head at the 786, and now you're bouncing off the 1.414, and potentially again the 1.618 is at the 37,000k. So everything at this point of time is really clicking with one another. So what is it gonna be? You broke out of a trend line, and you're actually looking to potentially retest that big massive trend line that you have broken out of, and that's a possibility. Okay, so I think that's it for today's update, guys. Is it gonna be the 50,000, or if we go and start to lose the 37,443? We're gonna talk about this one when the time comes. And in my opinion, there could be a possibility of losing it, but then again, you cannot go against the Elliott wave theory, right? 1 2 3 4 5, A, B, and potentially a C correction. That's just how things could look like, because when you go down here, people might be thinking you're looking to take this low, but that might not be the case. After all, you really broke out of a trend and potentially come down and then continue to the upside. That's just how it is. And that's it for today's Bitcoin update. Hope you enjoyed this detailed update. I'm going to see you with the next one. Allah Hafiz.